Welcome back. I'm joined now by Dougherty County Sheriff Kevin Sproul. Thank you for being here.
It's good to be here.
Well, recently we've been reporting a lot about identity theft, and as you well know, the South, Georgia, and specifically Albany, we have had increased numbers of identity theft. So we wanted to start out talking about that. How have you seen numbers go up, and what kind of people specifically are being targeted?
It's not a statistic we're proud of course, and we have seen numbers go up, and mostly in our senior citizen areas where we're seeing a huge increase of it.
Why do you think people are targeting our senior citizens?
There are several reasons. One of the main factors is that generation of people really do trust individuals still. You know, nobody's harmed them over their lifetime. They've had a productive life, and they have trusted their banker, their CPA, and on and on and on, one individual after another. And they're on the internet a lot more now. That generation has become internet user-friendly, so to speak, and I don't know if they're taking the precautions they need to be taken, and they are vulnerable in those areas.
Now, there are certainly a lot of different precautions people of all ages should be taking, and one that we were talking about during the commercial break is what to do on the back of your debit or credit card. You have an example? Hold that up for me.
I have my own debit card right here, and on the back you can see it says ask for ID or ask for photo ID. Please ask for some type of identification. Don't sign your name on the back of it. Most places will not ask you for your ID, but what I have found when I'm traveling the country is most places who do, you purchase more than $100 at a time, and they will look at the back and they will say, sir, I need a picture ID or I need some ID.
And why is it important not to just blindly sign your debit card or your credit card and to put ask for ID on there?
Because they have access to your signature, and they can take your signature and transpose it to other documents possibly. Or if you put this on there, this should alert the tenant to ask you or the clerk to ask you for your card.
Okay. Now, there's some other really great tips that he has listed here. Now, we're just going to go through these quickly, and there's certainly many more. First one up here, monitor your statements and balances on financial accounts. Why?
If you, especially online banking, if you have a home PC and you do your online banking or you pay your payments online, you want to monitor that, because if somebody has accessed your account, you can begin to notice increments or monies that have suddenly been moved or shifted, or you don't recall making that purchase, and that should alert you right then to contact your bank.
Absolutely. A lot of people do not balance their bank and checking accounts anymore. They just kind of rely on the bank to do it, and then they don't notice until it's too late. Another thing, to make sure you have different passwords. A lot of us like the same password, especially the word password, as a password. Tell me about that.
Isn't it so convenient to have so many accounts with one password? Because today we have so many numbers going through our head, you know, from phone numbers to whatever other numbers. But you need various passwords, and you do need to change them periodically.
Okay.
Of course, the reason for that is if somebody does get into your computer, which they can hack into your computer, even with the most up-to-date virus software and preventative softwares, they can get a hold of your passwords, and they will keep a running tally of your passwords and how often you change them.
Absolutely. All right, well, we have a couple more tips to share with you, and we're going to talk about the Stop the Violence March this weekend right after the break. Welcome back. I'm joined with Dougherty County Sheriff Kevin Sproul. We were just talking about identity theft and ways to protect yourself. Now, one of the things we were talking about is to use a shredder, specifically when you throw away your statements and financial statements. Why is a cross shredder so important?
Cross-cut shredder, very important. You don't want to use a regular strip shredder, because people can take those strips and put them back together, assemble them back, glue them back together, and you've done nothing. Basically, you've wasted your time. A good cross-cut shredder, or when the City of Albany or the Dougherty County Sheriff's Office, or whether it uses a shred-a-thon or something along those lines, please take your documents there. Don't hoard your documents for 10, 20, and 30 years and keep them in boxes or paper bags in your house, because if a burglar breaks in and grabs a few of those bags, he could or she could have accessed some accounts that are very important to you.
Another thing you mentioned during the commercial break is a lot of people are getting credit card offers in the mail, and some people say, I don't want it, and they just throw it away. Why is that important not to just toss it in the trash?
Shred the whole thing. Don't toss it in the trash, because if I got a hold of one of yours sent to you, I might get access or open an account and then run up a credit against you and give you a bad credit rating and put you in debt $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 just that quick.
And if I'm not regularly checking my credit score, I might have no idea for potentially years that this has even happened.
Correct.
All right. Now, another thing we do want to mention, there is an event this weekend coming up, Stop the Violence. Tell me about that.
At 10 o'clock this Saturday morning, we will march from 4 locations in Albany. East Albany from the Shackelford Shopping Center, North Albany from the Thronatisca Train Heritage Plaza, South Albany from the Civic Center, and West Albany from the 400 block of Pine Avenue, which is right there next to the parking lot at Friendship Baptist Church. The 4 different groups will march to 222 Pine Avenue, which is the governmental building with the water fountain in front of it, and we will hold a rally there and talk about crime and violence in our community and other issues that plague our community.
2 questions. Why is it important that we have this, and who should come to this event?
Everybody should come to this event. If you can take time out of your busy schedule, please be there. It's a very important event. The Stop the Violence Taking Authority asked me, Bishop Frederick Williams asked me to co-chair this march and rally, and we have put together a good list of speakers who are going to talk about certain issues. We want to try to encourage citizens to come out and get more involved with the Stop the Violence movement, Crime Stoppers, things along those lines, neighborhood watch groups. We want to encourage people and let them know that the police department, the sheriff's office, and other entities in Albany and Dougherty County are doing what they can do, but we need the citizens' help in a lot of these areas.
And when you say citizens, we're not just talking about adults, are we?
No.
Tell me why.
We're hoping for adults and children. You know, we've talked about identity theft and senior citizens being hit with identity theft. Our children are under such, they have so many challenges and obstacles in their life today dealing with gangs and violence and drugs and things along those lines. And we want to encourage them too, to let them know not to quit or give up, that we do care about them also.
All right, so this Saturday, the Stop the Violence movement with the Stop the Violence organization and the Dougherty County Sheriff's Office, that kicks off at 10 a.m., you said?
Yes.
All right, 10 o'clock in the morning, and there's some very important identity protection tips we gave you. Thank you so much for being here this evening.
Welcome.
We certainly appreciate it.